Good, hey, come on! 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 Good, hey, come on!
What's good, family? Shout out to one of my early time generals, Wesley Andreas, for boosting up. Yeah, man, know I be dire. Yeah, stressful coin situation right now, 100%. So we got some breaking news right now regarding your man's Anthony Toxic Masculinity Johnston. It's bad right now. It really is bad, and I don't care. In fact, you know what? I got to put my hands in the air and take some responsibility for the things that are going on in Anthony Johnston's career right now. Yeah, this is the video we just saw at the start of my video. Is all because of the YB. Let's get nothing under no illusions here. No one else on this planet has aired him out to the degree I have. Yeah, no one else has questioned his manhood. Yeah, and this things you see here, all this, oh yeah, hit me on the chin and let's show YB I can take a shot. Listen, and you know what? I'm gonna be fair because yeah, I can roast and say we can talk about. In fact, I will roast and we will talk about how it's cringy and it's like that. It's like, what's that word? Archetypal. It's like an archetypal alpha. Oh yeah, hit me on the chin and I'm going to show everyone, I'm going to show all of my followers how much of a shot I can take. It's a bit like when AJ a few months ago was pumping out the Under Armour PSYOP ads. Yeah, all of a sudden AJ has the worst performance ever against a middleweight Usyk, where he showed no heart. The next thing we know, he's pumping out Under Armour ads, which have got him basically talking about how he's a throwback fighter and how he loves to push through and how his face is all bloody and he carries on and pushes through to win. So basically, the Under Armour ad was everything that we didn't see in the actual fight. Now, again, like I said, what are we seeing here? Everything we didn't see in the fight. AJ in there, getting hit to the body, getting hit to the head and saying, come on, give me more. You won't give me. What we know is, it's all well and good getting the camera out and recording some more PSYOP pieces. It's another thing when you're in the ring in front of someone and you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, people, all the generals in this camp here, AJ's paying. AJ knows, wait a minute, this cat ain't gonna hit me that hard, else he ain't getting paid at the end of the week. Oops. Yeah, AJ's in full control, and that's what I've been saying for the longest time. And that's to be fair, even though me and Shane McGuigan, ever since that awful Lawrence Hug Coley performance, have fell out, some of the things he's said about AJ have been true, and that is, AJ needs to be taken out of his comfort zone and give himself up to his trainer. He must be broken. He needs to be broken in by a trainer, which he's not allowed. He's not wanted to commit. AJ, oh no, people. When AJ went to Shane McGuigan, AJ said, oh, you need to fit in around me. That in itself says it all. Yeah, you still don't get it. Just because Eddie Hearn and everyone else has blown smoke up your ass, Mr. Boogaloo, doesn't mean that's the right way to do it. Historically speaking, most great trainer-fighter relationships have existed pretty much like a general and a soldier. That's how I believe it should be. Yeah? Castillo was the general, the thinker, the tactician. Mike Tyson was the soldier to implement, you know what I'm saying, to implement that knowledge and whatever else. Johnston, I mean, he had Rob McCrappen, definitely not a general. God knows, amateur trainer at best. And then now you got Fernando Alonso, who seems to be more of a mental health kind of counsellor than a boxing trainer. That's what I get. That's the feeling I get. I saw a video the other day of AJ's trainer Fernando talking about, oh yeah, I've had mental health problems, and I thought, for fuck's sake, where do you find these guys? Oh yeah, I've had mental health, and oh, you know, I thought, bloody, of all the generals, yeah. Again, everyone has mental health things or whatever. But listen, is that the cat you really want heading your team up? Of all the Don, you know what I'm saying? Of all the man you may need in your team, you need his. Again, great for him. I'm happy that Fernando's come up. But again, when you're supposed to be, or want to be one of the greatest fighters ever, is that the cat to do it? I'm not so sure myself. He's got his own problems. Like I said before, I'm not going to knock Fernando's hustle. That's a great hustle. Fernando Alonso and Ben Davidson they've got the A1 hustles going on. I've never seen such hustling. They are real hustlers, because it's unbelievable the fighters they've been able to train with absolutely no credentials, and in fact negative credentials. They've actually shown they have no idea what they're doing categorically. Objectively, everyone knows Ben Davison has no clue what he's doing. Yeah, that's what the absolute bottom line statistics show. But yet Devin Haney begging to work with him. It's super weird. I don't know what's going on. Same as Johnston though. Yeah, Fernando, and on paper, and in fact in general, all we know is Fernando's been in the camp for 3 years and AJ's look worse every year. Facts. Yeah. And now you're out here doing these. I mean, who advising it? Oh yeah, let's put a video out and hit me to the body, hit me to the head, and I'm going to encourage you, and we're going to look really hard, and let's see what YB has to say about this one. Oh yeah, YB won't be able to criticise this video. Listen, I'll tell you what you want to do. Rather than setting up all these fixed piece cabal narrative videos, you want to take some of that and put it into the actual ring when it matters. Yeah, because the way you was woofing and gassing the YB in his coin up about how you're going to do this about Kronk and do that about knockouts, and you went in there, where was that? And you know the worst thing is about this whole situation? Who was the one to tell you, man? Before the Pulev fight, what did I tell you? I said, listen, if I was training Mr. Anthony Johnston, we're going in there, hands down, and we're going to walk forward. And the shots are going to bounce off. And we're going to say, now what? Oops. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be called the Niggernator. Yeah, the Nicknator. We're coming straight forward. And the shot's going to bounce off, and he's going to be in deep, deep trouble. And we're going to work him all over. We're going to touch him. Not going to load up. We're going to touch him to the body. We're going to touch him to the head. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy playing with our food. Lion King style. Yeah? And then he's going to be begging for the right hand at the end. 100%. Now all of a sudden, 2 years later, a whole bunch of losses later, now AJ kind of like trying to take the style I've been talking about. And that's what you see in this video. Now, it's not exactly the same, but it's the principle. The principle is AJ here is trying to show, oh yeah, look, I'm confident. I can rock and roll with shots, and I'll take a shot and want more. It's too late now. It's not, tell a lie, it's not too late. And that is one thing I do want to say. Whilst I don't like the public nature of this, yeah, I believe, given how poor AJ's performances have been, i.e. against Ruiz rematch, i.e. against Pulev, against Usyk, I believe if I was Team AJ, all that needs to be done now is perform. Do it in the ring. There ain't no amount of videos and Under Armour ads are going to change public opinion now. It's done. You're washed. As far as the public's concerned, yeah, anyone with any credibility, anyone with any objectivity, who isn't a #1 Johnston man fan, knows you are washed. Yeah? And like I said, there's no easy way to change that. There's an old thing. It takes a lifetime to build something and a second to lose it. You built some credibility and you've lost it. And there's no amount of different ads you can put out or different cringy, toxic masculinity videos you can put out. All you need to do is do this in the ring. But, like I said, at least he's now, even though it's taken him a whole bunch of losses to listen to what I was saying anyway, about dropping his hands and being confident and rocking and rolling with it. Because I believe when you're, AJ should be a god amongst bums. Yeah? In this particular division these days, it's real weak. And like I said, there's no reason, if AJ can't drop his hands and just be in there rocking and rolling and, you know what I'm saying, and feeling that old ass Pulev out and just touching him all over, then who can you do that with? If you can't drop your hands and be relaxed and enjoy your work against stiff old Pulev, then who can you enjoy your work against? Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense. There should be certain fighters you can enjoy your work against. It's a bit like Deontay Wilder. he would, to some extent, enjoy his work against bums. Now, I'm not saying Pulev isn't a complete bum, but again, if we believed AJ, if Johnston believed he was that great, one of the greatest ever, then why not? Oops. Yeah? If you're that great, there's no reason why you need to be all stiff and your arse needs to be flapping against a million-year-old Pulev. He should have been in there, he should have been relaxed, he should have had his hands down, come straight forward and just, you know what I'm saying, slipping, sliding, rocking, rolling, touching, all sorts, Me Tooing him. Yeah, give him a good old bout of MeToo.com. That's what should have happened, and that's what you're seeing. Well, not exactly, but it's that same principle here. Trying to show off that he can sit in the pocket or sit there and just take things and want more and all that kind of stuff. But now you see, the difference is, when I told you to do that, and again, I'm not saying this isn't really what I'm talking about, because like I said, it's anyone can do this in training really. Converting this to under the lights, in front of the fans, is a whole different ball game. And whilst I'm not a hater, so I'm going to give him credit. He's at least along the right lines here. Yeah? But it's a big difference between wanting smoke, enjoying getting hit. Like, for example, look at Canelo Alvarez, for the most part. He's what I'm talking about here. We'll see him in there. And he's in there with people who are a lot better than 50-year-old Pulev. Yeah? Canelo's in there with people bigger than him and people who are in their prime in their own right. Canelo isn't fighting people smaller than him and 15 years older like AJ was for years. No, Canelo's fighting people his own age and bigger and in their prime just as much as him, and still we see him in there at points dropping his hands, stunting, counter punching, looking slick, enjoying his work. Yeah, so it can be done. When you watch Canelo fight, he has this God complex, and that's what you should have when you believe you're that great. And he shows that not only in his performances, but look what he's doing. Canelo's going up weights to fight the baddest dons. All we ask from AJ, for the most part, gets to fight people smaller than him and worse than him. This is like Alvarez, yeah, going down 2 weights, but still being his own weight. Imagine that. Imagine Canelo, for example, fighting someone like Crawford, and even then, that's not even fair because AJ isn't fighting the Crawford. He's not. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't believe pound for pound. Well, maybe some of you disagree, but I just don't think Usyk don't have the spite of Crawford. He don't have that. He's all right. Usyk can nick a fight all right, but he don't have that. I don't know. He's not as dynamic as Crawford, in my opinion. But either way, even if that was the case, what do you man think Canelo would do to Crawford? His cherry would be popped, in my opinion. The cherry would be popped. That'd be that. So why is it AJ's in there with old ass dudes who are nothing like Crawford pound for pound, nothing like you even Usyk from pound for pound, and you're nervous? You flapped against Pulev, and I told everyone the writing's on the wall. This guy's finished. Everyone said, nah, YB, it was a great performance. I can't believe how good a boxing performance it was. Oops. Next thing you know, he got no spite. He got no shame. He got no nada. And he got his head boxed in by Usyk. Yeah. So all I'll say is, Team Johnston, yes. What's the word I'm saying? Yes, you finally listened to what I've been saying. I've been saying for the longest. You need to be comfortable under pressure. Although, one thing I will say is, I'm not sure exactly what this training is doing. In as much as, when I talk about being, this kind of training, I assume AJ's trying to get used to being or get used to taking shots, and he's trying to give the image off as that I can take shots all day. I love it, because that's the opposite of what he showed under the lights. On TV, he didn't love it. On TV, we saw him looking like a rabbit in headlights, hanging on the ropes, looking scared out of his wits. And then he collapsed into the corner at the end of the fight. So he's trying to show, oh no, I can go all day, I can take all the shots. Yeah. One thing I will say is, there's been smart about things. This looks sloppy to me. Look at AJ's arm position, and I've criticised this for a long time. I'm not sure what's AJ's arms doing here in terms of defensively speaking. Yeah? Now, if you're slipping and sliding, that's one thing. AJ isn't slipping and sliding with his hands down here. Here, it's like his arms wide open, and I'm just not sure what he's doing. And there could be an argument, oh, he's just training conditioning, and he's conditioning his body. I don't know about that. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it is. Maybe if he's just conditioning and getting used to taking big shots, fair play to him. But even so, I'd get in the habit of tucking up into a shell, and then bring some big guys in just to wick away at your body for rounds and get used to it. Just getting taken, and that conditions your whole body anyway. You should be doing that. I'm not saying you should be taking, and that's what I mean when I say toxic masculinity as well. I'm not sure taking clean headshots like that is any good. Yeah. Now, taking headshots in the context of sparring, that is what it is, but these freebie ones, I'm not sure what value it adds. It's, like I said, it's toxic almost. I don't know the angle you're going with there. Get into your shell, elbows in tight, chin down, watch what's coming. There should be no such thing as a free shot. Every shot that someone throws, you should have some sort of answer to it. Yeah? We're going to roll, we're going to slip, we're going to parry, we're going to catch. Those are the options. Something should always be executed. Now, does that guarantee you're going to evade every shot? No, some will get through. Alvarez shows this. Shot, even as good as you can be, shots are going to get through. You must accept that. Something AJ so far, under the lights, has not been able to accept. AJ started blowing off this whole philosophy of, oh, you can go into a fight and not get wet. You can go into the water and not get wet. Oh, that's how AJ's been fighting for the last few years. Oh, I can go into a fight, make millions of dollars, and not have to take any shots. That's how he fought against Pulev. That's how he fought against Ruiz in the rematch. That's how he fought against Usyk. And all he's done is get worse and worse and worse and worse. No other fighter has been able to do that. Even Floyd gets hit clean. Even Floyd understood. You get hit clean in boxing. Johnson's the only one who just hasn't been able to understand that. But again, to some extent, it's not bad to see this. I'm just skeptical. That's why I say if I was there, I'd know. But my trust is gone. Do you understand? There's a lot of you man fan dons. Oh, YB, you're so no. They know what they're doing. I'm sorry. When you lost to Usyk. And I know a lot of you man rate Usyk, but me personally, I don't believe a big man should be losing to a small man. That's not how the world's supposed to work. Good big men should beat good little men. And I believe when we see Fury and Usyk, and that will be the test to be fair, because if Usyk schools Fury, then that will let AJ somewhat off the hook. But if Fury does the business, that'll completely validate what I've been saying, and I believe he would do the business on Usyk. So, and I believe if AJ goes in there with a tight defense, AJ needs to mimic Canelo Alvarez, and I've been saying that. And obviously it's easier said than done, but really, bear in mind, people, AJ's doing this 2 times a day. 365 times a year. If you can't aim for the standard of Canelo, what are you doing it for? It's not like you can say, well, YB, AJ's only in the gym 6 weeks a year and he's off the rest of the time. This guy's actually in the gym. It begs the question, what have you been doing? Because you haven't been improving, been getting worse. And the things that Canelo does, he does it very consistently and to a very high level, but it's pretty bare bones really when you think about it. Cut the ring off. These are all fundamentals of boxing, but they're pretty basic things. Cut the ring off. Tight guard. Good reactions. Smart reactions. Watch Canelo versus Kovalev. Kovalev jabbing all night. Alvarez, his guard's tight. He's parrying the shot all night. He's parrying the right hand all night. Yeah? Sometimes he's stepping and slipping with the right hand. Sometimes he's stepping and slipping with the jab. All these things, these are solid level skills, but they're not. He's not recreating the wheel here. He's doing what all aggressive fighters have done for years. The difference is Alvarez does it to a higher level of consistency. His base level is a lot higher than a lot of people. Most people are sloppy and low IQ about it. I don't understand who's informing this guy. Who's telling him, oh no, AJ, let's not go that way. I've got a better way. I've got a new system, you see, a special system. And I'm sick of all this special system rubbish. Because even, again, recently, Anthony Yarde, here's a great example. I don't know what's got into the whole culture of this sport yet, but the whole culture got weird. Anthony Yarde, in that rematch against Queen Arthur, showed all the things I've been talking about. But up until that, Yarde fell in love with this whole, I'm trying to be Floyd Mayweather and I'm going to go in there and nick fights on points. And Yarde, who had all the attributes to be aggressive, he had all the physical attributes to stop Arthur, went in there trying to play touch butt with Ido Portal, trying to prove he's some sort of Mayweather. I don't get it. And again, it's one thing if you're long and lanky or whatever and you don't have no power or whatever else, fair enough, but these guys, AJ, Anthony Yarde, they are specimens. But yet they seem hell-bent on, oh no, I don't want to make my own greatness. Let me just try and copy Floyd. Let me try and suck Floyd off some more. It's weird. I don't understand it. How can you have your attributes you've got and still try and suck Floyd off? Why can't you make your own legacy? And I'm not being funny. Floyd's legacy wasn't even all that. Yeah, he made money, but allegedly. Oops. yeah, he allegedly made some money. yeah, but apart from that, his career was boring. Floyd fought all old bums. Everyone Floyd fought was old and or a bum. Andre Berto, old bum. Robert Guerrero, old bum. Yeah, that's what it is, people. He had the odd half-decent fight. Okay, he beat Pacquiao, whatever. Yeah, okay, he beat old Pacquiao, fine, whatever. yeah, but he doesn't have that for example, when you look at Canelo's resume, yeah, Canelo is going up in weight, and he's fighting the best ones. For example, Canelo versus Bivol is like how Floyd should have been fighting Errol Spence. When Floyd should have been fighting Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, what was he doing? He was fighting Andre Berto and some other bum, Robert Guerrero. That's the equivalent here. Floyd should have been fighting all the up-and-coming young bucks like Alvarez is doing. Instead, he was fighting all the washed ones that no one care about. So Floyd's legacy ain't nothing to people rub themselves off about it, but it ain't. It's alright. His legacy's alright. But it's nothing that no one gonna... 20 years from now, no one's going to remember the things Floyd did. In as much as, yeah, I think the Pacquiao fight maybe, but apart from that, what's he really done? Don't no one know. You've got a bunch of old ass looking ass dudes, and you don't want that to be your legacy, especially when you got the talent, and especially when all the divisions are as weak as they are. Go in there and pop cherries and enjoy popping them. That's the start and the end of it. If you believe in yourself, and the thing is, there's a saying, ride until the wheels fall off. If you go in there, believe in you're a god, yeah, with the YB skills, and then you get your cherry popped, so be it. You got bettered, someone better than you. You can live with yourself. You know what, I went in there, my elbows was tight, I cut the ring off, I banged away, and somehow he managed to beat me. If someone beats AJ doing that, yeah, what can you say? Got the better of me. Yeah, he better than me. Oops. What we can't do is go in there, try and play touch butt with Ido Portal in the park. Big buff dude playing touch butt. What the fuck? What are we doing here? Same as Yarde. Oh, I'm gonna go in there for Queen Arthur and play touch butt. Oh yeah, let's play Battle of the Tickle. It's weird. I don't know what these guys. I don't get it myself. I don't get the fascination with this Floyd Mayweather stuff. He was boring, and he was fighting old men. And that's another thing a lot of you man don't understand. The reason Floyd looked good, because he fought old men. Old dudes who were no good themselves. Yeah, Floyd, to be fair, was a specimen. What happens when a specimen fights old people? That's what happens, you see. That's why Floyd looks so sharp, because they're old. They're old and they're no good. Yeah, that's just what it was. Floyd never really tested himself against top people. For example, Floyd should have really gone up and fought Golovkin. I'm not saying I think Floyd probably might have been able to nick a fight against Golovkin, but that would have been, yeah, Floyd beating Golovkin would have been the equivalent of Canelo beating Bivol and beating Beterbiev. Do you understand? But Floyd didn't want to do that. Floyd wanted to hang around and fight Robert Guerrero. So don't tell me about Floyd. People should be mimicking Canelo, because he doing it for real. He going up and up and up. He talking about cruiserweight now. That's what greatness is. Greatness isn't having all the talent and fighting Robert Guerrero, fucking hell, and trying to sell it on Showtime All Access. Wow, it's bad. But yeah, I just hope that AJ can transfer some of these principles he's trying. And this is the problem, you see. People don't want to invest. Yeah, AJ hear the things I say, and rather than say, you know what, YB, come in, no win, no fee. Yeah, no KO, no fee. Come in there and impart your wisdom on my sorry ass self. Rather than do that, he think, oh, I'm going to listen to the YB video and try and nick little bits. And what's wrong with this guy? Tight ass guy, isn't he? Super tight this guy is. Trying to nick little things. Bring the YB in, it's simple as that. Because you're trying to cap my bars anyway. So I mean, who we kidding here? Yeah? No, you ain't kidding no one. You're kidding yourself, that's what you're doing. 100%. But like I said, either way, whether you bring me in or don't bring me in, I'd rather see at least there's some smidgens of what we need to be seeing here. Yeah? Will he? The question remains the same though. Will he be able to hold thisness? Will he be able to pretend he wants it when the shots are really flying under the lights? That remains to be seen, and the jury's out on that one. Yeah? Like I said, trust is like virginity. Once it gets popped, it's gone. And so far for me, you best believe his trust virginity been popped alright, as far as I'm concerned. And he has to earn that back. So I'm done with Johnson until he shows me something else. 100%, no doubt.